all up in your face and you have to deal with it. There's stuff you gotta do. But just remember that when you're dealing with something, you do not have to finish it right then and there. Okay? If I'm not around to help you, you can set it aside for later. If it's not one of those things, like if it's a call that you need to make while you're on duty, understand that if you are a senior or something, those calls are gonna fall to you, and that's okay. You know, that's sometimes gonna be something you need to deal with.
Yeah.
And if there's no senior around, whoever is primary on scene, that is our SOP. That falls on them, and that's okay. Whatever call you make, you are trusted, you have been hired, you have been brought into this department because I trust your calls. Okay?
Understood?
So just try to remember that. Be patient and understand that we're not always going to be able to have instant attention on everything, and that is totally okay. Um, aside from that, is there any stuff that you guys want? Is there anything I can help with?
I got an announcement.
Okay.
I just want to let y'all know I've been doing a lot of research here recently. Two things I'm going to bring up. One is about Hawk. So if you guys have any other facts or research on Hawks, just let me know. I'm trying to put a presentation up. I will announce we're going to have Ranger Court probably, hopefully in the next week, maybe two. Bring up. I've already talked to Tessa about it, but just to kind of bring up some things about maybe a Hawk unit, maybe adopt a Hawk or anything like that for the Ranger. It'll be very nice to, help and nurture them, adopt them, put them in our care as well. Have
How
a
are
little
we
bit
feeling about this
more
meeting?
responsibilities.
Be honest.
For us. So that is going to be something put in Ranger Corps, probably in maybe next week or two.
Flop Blues is senior.
Also, I kind of want to bring up, I am going to start researching wild berry in the mountains as well. So we could probably put like a little survival guide or survival book, or we could have classes with the scout. Because I was responding to some calls in the mountain for some mountain rescue. Somebody was eating baneberry. Baneberries are very toxic and poisonous berries. They have a neurological effect on you and also can make you nauseous and have headache. And it also could make you dehydrated. I mean, he was in the sun as well, so I did have to do some rescue on him. So might put together something. If you guys want to help me with that research as well, you guys just let me know, and we could kind of sit down here at the station and kind of work on that. So it could kind of help the civilians or any campers or any hikers in case they get hungry or anything like that.
Awesome. I will keep that in mind. That's awesome.
Okay. I do have a scheduled scouts program that I have to do with a group of people who. Okay. They tortured someone at Humane Labs and had one of the people sick a dog on the victim. So those people have court-mandated scouts program that they need to do. I was gonna take them up north into Polito and just go on a little hike, clean the trails, that kind of thing. But it is 4 people, and they are all friends, and I don't want to do it alone. So, at some point, if you guys are around and they're around, I am going to schedule something. I'll put an announcement out. But I could use some help, so whoever's about, I'd appreciate it.
What's up, Joe? How you doing, dude?
I definitely would help, just depending on the time and date.
Yeah, probably a little earlier than this, I think it would be.
Yeah, just let us know. I think just about any of us would pile on.
Okay.
I'd show up.
Alrighty.
Same.
aside from that, if your car's got impounded in any way, I will help you with fees if you have them. With the Ranger budget, don't worry about it. My Taurus actually got impounded, I think. So,
Oh, on that note, is it possible to expand our parking spots here at the ranger station?
I
I would
am
love to
working
park
on
my
that.
cars
Yes.
here, but there's only one
I
spot.
Actually,
want-
that would be
So, yeah.
amazing.
I want more space in that lot over there, and I also would like motor parking.
Oh,
That'd be amazing.
please.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So we can have our ATVs in a separate garage, but that's something that's gonna take some time.
Headed to bed. I
so
got you, dude.
I've wanted that for a while, but it just
Thanks
never
for 100
happened.
bits, brother.
So I'm gonna poke some people, rattle some chains, see what I can do. But yeah. Anything else?
I got
Alright.
nothing.
Hey. Well,
Oh, one quick thing, just for anybody who's doing license checks. Flop, you remember that poaching spot that you and I found directly along the Cassidy Trail on the northwestern side?
The one that we didn't find anybody, we cased.
Yeah, we cased it out.
Yes.
They were shooting across the road. Myself, Avery, and Henry found an abandoned bison there earlier. No indications that they had been hunting, but the vehicle was still on. The door was locked and all the windows were smashed. So kind of still worth poking around that area from time to time when you're running your checks on things.
Gotcha. Okay. And I guess just to kind of clarify, for anyone who doesn't know, it's going to be just over the little bridge off of Cassidy Trail. You go over the bridge and you continue west toward like Great Ocean. And it's pretty much right there.
It's on the northern side of the Cassidy Trails, kind of in between the bridge and the footpath that leads up the mountain.
Mm-hmm. I haven't caught anyone there, but I'm there all the time looking at casings.
okay. Another thing probably worth noting is when you're charging people with unlawful take, don't charge them for every pelt that they have. Charge them for only the
Illegal.
instances of actual poaching. I had an incident the other day that Roy tried to charge 16 times unlawful take.
Jeez.
Oh, jeez.
When obviously I don't mind throwing a book at somebody, but I also don't want to stack unnecessary charges.
Wasn't that a warrant?
It should have. Yes.
I noticed
It's,
that.
it
And
was supposed to only be 6 because they shot 5 mountain lions and a dog, but they had 16 total pelts. So they had tried to charge for 16 unlawful takes, which is not correct. And they did indicate to me that a ranger advised them to do that. So I just want to make sure that we're not stacking those in that way. You stack them for the pelts that they have that are illegal, but not the legal ones. You confiscate them, but you don't charge for them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I don't have anything else, so if everyone else is good, then we are good to go. Thank you for coming to the meeting.
Heck
Thank
yeah.
you for having it.
Yay.
I appreciate it.
All right.
My hairline's not that bad, by the way.
It
It's
is.
very
Well,
bad.
yeah.
Wait, okay, before we
I'm about
we
to
get a
charge you
minute?
for unlawful
Yeah.
take for having that
be-
dead animal
before we
on your
dis-
head.
What?
Yeah, before we dismiss, can we have a mandate that Flop needs a haircut at least once a week?
Oh, hey, look at the time. We had 13 alpha. I'm going to go check up on that.
13 alpha. It was like 6 minutes ago.
That's fucking funny. Oh, man. So, I think that meeting was pretty good. I wonder if Tessa's gonna be demoting Flop, and I wonder if she's gonna be demoting a lot of people. I'm not entirely sure. I'm kind of waiting to see. If I could L Ollie. Love Ollie. One of the few stepping up. No, I think so. I would imagine Flop, if anything, I think would be okay in his position still. I'm interested to see where it goes, but regardless, Flop was telling the truth. He's not fighting for a position. He's gonna do the things that he needs to do in the time zone he's around. But I think the takeaway for Flop is that he spoke the truth of how he actually feels. He said, you know, essentially, I didn't join the Rangers to work ranks. I didn't join the Rangers to fight for a position. I joined the Rangers because I enjoy what I do here, and regardless of my rank, I'm gonna do that no matter what. And I think that was kind of the preach that Flop had. Not to say that Flop isn't doing the rest of it, you know what I mean? Oh God, Emerson's calling. Hello?
I need to talk to you.
I know you do. I see we left the ICU.
Yes.
Okay. Are you okay?
I will be okay.
Are you able to come to Mission Row PD? It would be safer. There's a lot going on right now. Would that be okay?
Yeah, we'll head to Mission Row.
All right, sounds good.
Sam, do you have a warrant? Does Samuel Ketch have a warrant, Flop?
I'm on his ass. I'm running. All right, I just tased him. We were running west, going for cuffs. The guy in red.
I'll say this: he should be fine.
Yes or no? Confirm.
Cannot confirm nor deny, but I can say he should be fine.
All right, whatever. Okay, we're on our way.
All right, I'll see you soon.
He's over here.
Bye bye.
He's mine. Nobody in. He's mine.
Now we get to do our investigation. Look at that, man. But yeah, I think Flop just does the job that he feels like he's expecting. You know what I mean? So, where's my Ranger? It's not hat. Ranger polo. No, I want my I want not my SCU. I want my Ranger. No. What'd I do with it? There it is. Ooh, all right. Yo, Wizard, thanks for the 17 months. I appreciate you. What's up? What's going on? I hope you're doing well. What's good? Good to see ya. Can we get some hearts in chat, please? Thank you, Wizard. There it is. It's perfect. Fuck. All right. Love how Flop has 2 guns. I thought about getting a second gun for Flop just for this outfit. But, Yeah, I don't know. I think I think Flop as a character is doing everything that I feel like would make sense for him. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. Is it bad to say that the hair is low key sort of growing on me? Not like straight up like, you know, good or even great, but like we could do so much. Hello.
Wasn't as strong as I thought I was.
What do you mean not as strong as you thought you were? What you
I
be?
was trying to hold the door closed.
Oh.
Flop, I'm gonna stand with you and do paperwork while you do this to
Okay.
back you up.
Okay, I appreciate it.
I'm a filthy fucking criminal.
You're not a filthy criminal. Well, actually, maybe you are.
I am helping
don't
him
know.
on this case a little bit, sort of, from a distance.
Do you have any weapons on you, Emerson?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna be just frisking you real quick and just checking. As long as you don't, we'll be good. All right.
You gonna be good at me?
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel something here. What is this?
I don't know.
All
I
right,
have crutches and a news camera and a lawn chair and a toolkit.
it's probably the crutches. All right, all good. Let's go.
I don't have a weapons license, so.
I'm gonna take you down to the interrogation room. We're not obviously doing an interrogation. It's just the most private place we have in the PD.
It's very official.
I mean, not really. How you feeling?
It's been a day. Can I like keep it a buck with you?
Sure.
I don't feel comfortable talking to you if Harvey can hear.
Okay. Give me just a minute. I'll here. Hey, Harvey, come here.
Yeah.
For the start of this conversation, it's just gonna be me and her. She just told me that she doesn't want anyone else kind of around when she talks to me. So nothing personal. I'll let you know when you can kind of come in. But
That kind of explains what I just texted you.
oh. Okay.
Yeah, she said she doesn't remember a damn thing, so just keep that in mind when you go to question her next.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Let me go talk to her, and I will shoot you a text, all right?
Okay.
Okay. I appreciate it, brother.
Also, I think I realized what you actually felt.
Wait, what?
It was my petrol can.
Oh. Yeah, that... Unless you don't plan to burn the fucking PD down, I think we should be good.
No, I don't really have an igniter.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right. Not that I think anything from you. This is just typical practice when available. I'm gonna be just Mirandizing you, but this is more of just a conversation. This is more to protect yourself and to protect me as well. So, that sound good?
Yeah, I understand my right to remain silent, and I know that anything I say or do can and will be used against me in a court of law. And I know I have a right to an attorney if I can afford one. And if I can't, I know one can be appointed to me by the state if available.
Okay, well that kind of solves that one. I'm glad you understand your rights. All right. So what's going on? I'm not gonna lie to you. I am a little peak of confused with everything going on. I've had a lot of raised concern in recent time in regards to, I guess, where you've been, where Charlotte's been? Because last I heard, y'all were kind of, you know, not doing the greatest. And all I got was a whole lot of other stuff from Dr. Kate. But it's, I mean, Emerson, I'm going to be honest. It's hard to find the silver lining here because every time I try and say, hey, I don't want you getting hurt, so far there's been a consistency of you walking right into danger. And I don't want that to happen for you, but I'd love to know what's going on. I'd like to know what's kind of the deal, right? There's only so much I can do, obviously, right? But if I can do the best of my ability, I'm gonna do my best. So I'm looking forward to hearing what's going on. I just want to talk.
I'm gonna give you as much as I'm comfortable giving you right now, because I'm not ready to open up the spew of trauma that comes with telling you more.
All right.
I lied. It wasn't Lizzie Byrne. The person that took me kept in contact with me the entire day.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Emerson, that's not a good thing.
I know, but just
Like,
listen to me. Listen to me, please, Swap. They kept in contact with me the entire next day. They held over my head that if I didn't convince Charlotte and everybody else that it was not them, that it was somebody else, that they would kill Charlotte. And they would kill me. And they would stop providing me with heroin, which was the drug that they got me addicted to. I don't know what happened at the pier. I don't remember. I just know that I got shot and Charlotte got shot. And I know that Charlotte didn't believe me when I said it was Lizzie Byrne. So I'm assuming that whoever took me did that too. So they took back what they said. And they haven't contacted me since, and I promise that's not a lie. I'm trying to cut every tie that they have, every hold that they have on me, so that I can not be used by them anymore. I'm not ready to say who it was, nor am I ready to exactly say everything that happened and everything that they did, or live anything like that. But I'm trying.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
We need to go back now, unfortunately. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I've put hours, I mean hours, even off-duty time, hours of paperwork to try and figure out what's going on. You can understand my frustration a little bit.
I know.
Because out of everybody who's actually out to look and help you, it's most likely going to be me, considering I'm the only one that can actually make the change happen.
The only thing I lied about was who it was and why they did it. That is the only thing that everything else was the truth. When I said it was Lizzie Byrne and she did it because she thought I snitched, that was the lie. But everything else was the truth.
Well, the problem is that the lie was kind of the main point that circled and encompassed everything else, which is why it's a bigger deal. You know what I mean? So,
I know. I'm not saying it's not a big deal.
as long as you are aware that it's a potential, respectfully speaking, a waste of government resource for me to do that. I mean, I'm just trying to look out for you. Because if Emerson, the reality is this, and the reason I think why I'm so I don't want to say pissed off, but I am beyond frustrated, knowing that is that I'm doing everything I can to make sure that nothing happens to you and that you don't continue to get hurt. And if I had known the first time when you were found who it was and what happened and what's going on, there's a really damn good chance I would have a full-on lead right now as to the second incident.
Here's the thing, Flop. And I get your frustration, and I understand it, and I'm not saying that you don't have a right to be frustrated, but you also have to look from my perspective. She never worked alone. She always had people helping her.
Who's that?
I can't tell you.
Why not?
Because I don't know if I'm safe to. I don't know that. The worst thing that's going to come out of this is she might get a year in jail and a couple $1,000 fine, and then she's free again. And she knows that I said it. She comes after Charlotte and I again. Maybe she does the same fucking shit to Charlotte that she did to me, and I'm not going to put Charlotte through that. And I deserved what happened to me.
I'm going to ask you the question again, just so I can get a better understanding. What is your concern of telling me who this is?
I know that you're going to do your job, and you're going to continue to investigate and ask questions and probably, get enough evidence to arrest her, and then she will have known that I said something. And her group of people, because again, she never worked alone, and I don't even know who the people were. I only know her. They're gonna come after me, then they're gonna come after Charlotte, and I cannot do that to Charlotte. I can't. I've put her through so much in the past 3 days alone. I can't do that to her. And shit's just gonna get real worse in the next couple of days, and I don't know if I'm ready to do that to her either.
So your concern is that this person is going to know that you spoke to police?
Yes.
Okay. I'll paint you a picture. There's ways around the conversation with police that we have, very powerful investigative tools that we have, that would keep it from seeming as you were complying and talking to me. I'll give you a perfect example. It's called a phone subpoena. And that's not a threat, in case that's how it's coming off.
Yeah, but spinning my phone isn't gonna get anything.
Did they always call from an anonymous phone?
Yes.
Okay. So Emerson, here's what I'm going to tell you, just so that you can get an understanding as to where I am right now. The last 8 days of work I have put into this is getting scrapped. It all goes out the window from here. And the reality is that I happen to pull a very strong trust with the people who I try and help. And that trust comes with compliance. You work with me, I work with you, right? I am more than willing to be your friend and your helping hand in need, but I'm also more than willing to be the person to tell you that you fucked up. Respectfully speaking, there is nothing I can do to help you unless you give me something. And if you're going to be giving me a fake lead or a false lead, you're wasting valuable resource to protect you or Charlotte. And the reality is, and I mean this as bluntly as possible, if you care enough about Charlotte to protect her, what happened the other day could have been avoided if you had told me what the hell happened and you were honest with me about who these people were. And that's not me trying to guilt trip you, but if I had a name, there could have been something different of an outcome. And I truly feel sorry that we need to have this conversation, because this isn't a conversation that I want to be having with somebody. I never want this to be the case. The issue with the PD that we have is that people constantly say that the PD fails them. Constantly. PD gets a bad reputation. We are constantly put in these positions where we are the beyond punching bag because the cops failed me and they couldn't help me. The reason why a police department and why I am able to personally help you with the tools that I have is when there is once again compliance. When you can work with me, I can work with you. If you plant a seed and tell me it's a pumpkin and a fucking pear comes out of the ground, guess what? I can't help you. So what I'm stuck with right now is that I have nothing. I officially have nothing except for the fact that you've been missing. You're hooked on a drug. Charlotte is respectfully, mindlessly running around and doing things that she shouldn't be. And unfortunately, the same day I warned her, please don't go do something on your own, is the same day I warned you to not go do something on your own. And then you immediately went and did that one thing I said not to do on your own. And you got hurt. And unfortunately, all I could do was to go to the scene and have nothing to go off of. I had nothing, Emerson. And I'm telling you I had nothing. But if I had something, like the name that you know, I guarantee you there would have been a better time to figure that one out. Was it a knife? Was it a gun? I don't know. But what I can say is that the person's probably smart enough that that gun, knife, object with your blood on it and Charlotte's blood on it is somewhere deep down in a fucking ocean. In other words, there won't be anything for me to connect people to what happened to you. And the reason I'm being so open and honest about this is so you can realize the exact position I'm in right now. I am in no position to apprehend somebody. I am in no position to investigate anybody. And I'm in no position to be able to help you, because you haven't been able to help me. You're telling me the pinpoints, but the whole basis of helping you was based on a lie. The foundation of the building was a lie. So whatever the foundation is, it's not even, and the whole building has now toppled over, and we're back to building a foundation. So I'll keep it real simple with you. I need a name, or respectfully, this conversation most likely is over until you're ready to talk.
I don't know how to give you a name without fucking everything up. I don't know how to tell you who did this to me without sitting here and reliving it. I can't do that, Flop. I can't.
Well, I can tell you what is going to happen. And I don't want to, again, be the one to say it. But we're going to be back on round 1 again. Except it's going to be round 3. if/when something happens. And the only way I'm going to be able to have a lead or be able to find something out of this is with a name or something that is actually concrete. At this point, nothing you've given me except for some of the bullet points, like the drugs and the trips to the hospital, stuff like that. That stuff is concrete. That's physical. But with no basis, I'm running in fog. So if you can't tell me that name, then there's nothing I can do. But I sure as shit really hope that you keep yourself safe and you keep Charlotte safe. Because at this point, there is nothing I can do. I can't monitor you 24/7. I can't look over your shoulder. I can't hold your hand. But I would hope that you, at the most, maybe do a couple pointers like avoid the hospital. Maybe don't go on duty. Change the way you look. Wear a hat. Wear sunglasses. Put on a mask for all I care. If you want to keep safe, you got to protect yourself. And at this point, I don't know if I can be the one to do that. Why did you throw Lizzie Burns' name out there? There had to be a reason.
Because Charlotte had mentioned her name earlier.
In
Like-
what way?
I just remember her asking somebody for her phone number. And then I was told to make them believe it was somebody else. And it's the first name that came to my head. And I figured I could do it with the history I had with Psych Carter. I'm not proud that I lied, and I'm not proud about like anything. I want to make this very clear. But I feel like I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place, and I have to make this decision that I can't make. I want to tell you, and I want to say everything that happened, but I can't. I can't think about it.
I want to make sure that we're at least understood, right?
I hear what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I get it.
You also understand that technically you've committed a felony?
Are you gonna arrest me?
No. And if I want to, I have time to do it. But I wouldn't do that to you. But are you aware of what you did? Stole resources? For over a week?
I mean, I don't know how it was over a week. Like
You've been missing for what? 7 days, 8 days?
yeah.
And there were reports of this mailbox incident days prior?
That was all true. Like, everything that happened to me, and it was true. The only thing I lied about was Lizzie Burn.
That's kind of a big point, though.
The letters weren't fake. I wasn't not missing for 6 days. It was all true. I did get taken.
I know you did. I know.
I did get locked into a bathroom.
And I feel for you. I really do. I've been investigating for a very, very long time. A very long time. I need you to help me so that I can help you. That's the bottom line. The more time I have to convict somebody, the more time I have to build a case. You tell me a week before the statute of limitations who this person is or this group is, I could bet you right now I most likely won't be getting a conviction. And then there will be nothing to come from it.
I think it happened in Mirror Park.
You think what happened to Mirror Park?
I think that's where I was kept. I was blindfolded when they took me. I didn't get unblindfolded until I was in the bathroom, but when they let me go, they didn't put a blindfold on. And I don't remember much after that, but I had a panic attack in Mirror Park earlier. And I've never had a panic attack anywhere. It's like the second I drove up to the houses on Mirror Park Boulevard, I started having a panic attack. I don't know if it's my body telling me that that's where it happened or a coincidence, but it happened.
Do you remember what house you were let out of?
No. I don't even remember being found anymore. Like I can faintly hear Veronica's voice, but I don't, it's like a blank.
Do you believe that the person or persons that are involved in this, do you believe or do you know if they have residency or stay in Mirror Park?
She works at Liquid Library, so.
And do you know if they live in Mirror Park?
Not 100% sure. What if I tell you and she kills Charlotte? Or she takes me again and she puts me back in her fucking bathroom?
What if you don't tell me and then it happens anyway? Then what?
I'm really terrified that if I tell you, then I can't block the memory anymore. I gave Charlotte all of the drugs that I had so that she could throw them away. I'm trying to be better. I'm just really scared. Especially when the reason this all happened is a person that is so close to Charlotte. It would like affect her forever if it came out.
Does Charlotte know who it is?
Yeah, I think she does.
But you haven't told her? Emerson.
What?
You need to tell somebody, and if it's gonna be anybody, God, I would hope it'd be me, but if not, at the minimum, you should probably, at the minimum, let your significant other know who they should be fearful for. If you want to keep her safe and you're not going to help me with this, you should do your damnedest to keep her safe.
I think she knows. Because she wouldn't believe me when I said it was Lizzie Byrne. I think she knows.
Okay.
Because she asked me if it was them.
The difference between I think she knows and she knows are two very different things. You need to confirm that with her. I'm not going to be a therapist in this. I can't be. My medical training is so aged at this point. I know basic field medical. That's all I know. If the least I can do is keep you safe and keep Charlotte safe, just know that that's going to start with you stepping up and telling me about who this person is. Because if something happens from here and I have no leads, then there is no such thing as justice. There's no such thing as the PD failing. I don't want to be blunt, but I'm going to be blunt. If something happens and I can't find an answer because you're missing or Charlotte's missing or you both end up dead for some reason, or even at worst, Charlotte ends up dead and you have to be there for it, and you can't tell me who it is, that's a lifelong pain you're going to have to deal with. And a lifelong pain that unfortunately I won't have to endure. But just know that one way or another, I'm going to need the answer at some point. And if you wait any longer, the clock ticks. Once 60 days is up, it's up. And I'm going to tell you right now, your clock ticking is actually about 45 days from the day of this starting. Because I'm going to need about 2 weeks to hopefully find, convict, and build a case. So if you come to me 3 days before, I'm going to tell you, damn, that sucks. I'm not trying to be mean.
Trying to get the courage. I'm sorry.
I understand. When you get the courage, I need you to come to me. And also, please, for the love of God, drugs, any paraphernalia that you think is something that you would use, please give it to me. I will not charge
Charlotte.
I will not charge you or Charlotte with it. I need it.
I don't have anything.
Okay. Moving forward, you give it to me. You happen to come into contact with it, it happens to fall into your mailbox, I don't even want you to touch it. I just want you to call me. I will take it, and I will not charge you for it.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
If this person had a doctor bring heroin into the hospital so that I could get that hit as I was promised, and it was less suspicious, but there's literally no other fucking evidence other than my word of mouth, would that doctor get in trouble?
It'd be a he said, she said. But there's a chance.
What if there is already records of him assaulting me?
Is this the person who's doing things to you, or is this what's going on with this person?
As I told Charlotte, he was a mule. He brought it into the hospital so that it could get there, and he gave it to me. But it happened because of him. I was taken because of him.
Who is he?
Jeffy Coldiron. I would take any pain that this person wants to give me if Jeffy Cold Iron gets burned to the ground while it happens. He's a sick person and he doesn't deserve to be a doctor. But he is the reason that I was taken.
I'm going to advise something. And you may not like the answer. I cannot legally advise it, but I will advise it as a friend. Do not go to work. For the at least foreseeable.
I no longer work for LSMG, Flop.
Okay.
I quit a couple weeks back because of Jeffy. Then he hit me in the back of the head with brass knuckles, gave me brain damage, and he was charged with simple assault and battery. And remains a doctor. And if he's on duty, I refuse to get treated at the hospital.
Who runs the hospital?
The board.
Who's a part of the board?
Derek Shaw. I think it's last name Shaw. Derek Shaw. Nick Simone, but Nick Simone doesn't really do much. Pixie Plum and Sabbath Cohen. Oh, and Janetti. Here's the issue, is that Jeffy is in that inner circle, so nothing bad happens to him. A higher ranking doctor saw him attack me and Charlotte Spade, and he did not get reprimanded. Only arrested for assault and battery. So he got to keep his job because it's only a misdemeanor.
And how can I trust that you're being honest with me?
Because I no longer have anything else to lose. Other than Charlotte. But I'm giving up the drugs. And I think if I tell Charlotte what I know she knows, I think that she'll be a lot safer. I want to tell you who did it. I want to tell you so fucking bad, but I don't want to relive it more than I already have.
All you have to say is a name and nothing else. I'm going to be honest with you. If you're being honest with me, I appreciate it. If you've been honest with me at least today, I appreciate it. But for the love of God, please let that be the case moving forward.
You can ask Charlotte about the things that I've said today if you want, and she'll confirm. Because I think she has, I don't realize how vigilant Charlotte is. But she notices a lot. She told me she saw Jeffy acting weird at the hospital and knew he had given me drugs. She said that she could tell it was the person that did it based on what had been happening, and because of, I don't even, she like did her own investigation, asked people things. The person that did this, her name is Echo Gray.
What's her name?
Echo Gray. That's actually the truth this time.
Okay. Okay.
It's already going in my mind. I might as well tell you more. She called me at Autos on an unknown number.
I'm gonna grab my notepad for this. Give me a second.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
She called me at Autos and she shared a document with me. And it was a picture of Charlotte standing on the roof of Autos. Like, I looked up and she was still there. She said if I didn't walk up to the highway behind Autos, she would shoot Charlotte in the head right now. So I complied. I walked up there. Then somebody else was up there, and he handcuffed me and put it back over my head.
Go and slow down for a second. Okay. So you went to the back of the highway, and then what happened?
He put it back over my head and handcuffed me. And then I got taken to a house with a bathroom. The door had some sort of keypad on it, and there was a cage. I got handcuffed to the ceiling of the shower.
You said it was a male and a female?
Yeah, I don't know who the guy was though.
Okay. Was it the male or female that was injecting you, to your best recollection?
It was the female. She found me one day, and well, not found me, she walked into the bathroom one day. I don't even know how long it had been at that point. And I was really out of it, and I wasn't standing great. All my weight was on my hands and the cuffs, and I was not breathing great. And I think she mumbled something about my fucking heart condition. I remember feeling my heart beating like a million miles an hour. And she left for a bit and came back with heroin. She uncuffed me and sat me down on the ground, and she gave me the heroin, and I think she did some too, I don't really remember. And then she just sat there with me. Anytime I was uncuffed, she wouldn't leave me.